Hey folks, back again, another Nofap update video. It's day 98, the 24th of January 2021, Sunday afternoon right now, about 3 p.m. I was able to sleep in a bit because, it's the weekend. But one thing I really wanted to talk about in this video was just vivid dreams I've been having. Um, Seems to be something a lot of folks experience when they, start really making progress on Nofap, getting the days knocked down. I'm sure there's probably some neurochemical or like biochemical reason why. Maybe it has to do with, dopamine levels adjusting or something of that nature. But as time goes on, like my vivid dreams that I do have, they become, obviously less and less about PMO and more about other things. They might be on my mind or stuff I might be dealing with. But in this case, these ones were really about like past aspirations I had, for like my life, and in particular a military career. I was in an NRTC for like a year and a half, and I mean, I had my reason for why I ended up why I ended up washing out essentially at that point in time, being like 19, 20, and pretty immature, not ready. Then of course you end up getting stuck at home for several years because right around that time, a lot of stuff went down, but needless to say, this whole like military career aspiration, it's still like floats in the back of my head, and it's one of the things that makes me sort of not want to settle into where I'm at in life. Given that sort of like you have this desire for a greater life, a more profound, purposeful, meaningful life than just clocking in and clocking out to make money to buy things or whatever the case may be, or to pay off debts or to whatever it is that you're making that money for. And it's like why the French Foreign Legion has interested me in the past, and it still does kind of interest me that to the present. Um, and I even like fictional organizations like the Night's Watch or the Grey Wardens. They kind of draw my interest or pique my interest. I really get kind of invested in those kinds of storylines. But um, at this point, like if I were to, it would probably require a major leap for me to have a military career or have the kind of military career that I'd be aiming for. Either with the Legion, it would be okay, I need to get in some really great physical shape. I need to pick up French, stronger than I ever knew before, even though I studied for a few years in high school. And I just I'm gonna get myself over to France, get through the selection process, all the basic training, etc., and be able to acclimate myself to that. That'd be if I went that route. The other route, which seems to appeal to me in a lot of ways more, but again, it would require a great big leap. Would be going the flight surgeon route, and that'd be if I could get enough of these like waivers, because there's like the waiver for having been in a commissioning program beforehand and washed out. There would probably be an age waiver, given how long it would take me to get through medical school if I could actually get myself into that. Um, and that would ultimately be leading to my biggest aspiration in the past, which, I mean, a lot of folks have it. It's not an uncommon aspiration, but the whole astronaut, end goal. And I really don't know how likely that is, as time goes on, you get older and more stuff comes up or so, but it's all one of the biggest reasons why I don't feel like settling down or settling into where I'm at in life. But once again, all that sort of stuff aside, I'm really just focused on the present, which for me right now means staying employed for at least another 3 months at the current place. Given that I'm getting this impression this is a place where there's a high turnover rate and folks just kind of leave left and right, or they get laid off, or whatever the case may be. And the aim being to meet all the goals that I set out in my planning ahead video, where I talked about paying off certain debts and um, taking some classes, getting ahead on that, ramping on my academics and my finances and that sort of deal. And I didn't write it down, but that's sort of one of the things I'm gonna have to take care of this next week somehow, getting into at least 2 classes, enrolled in them, pay for them, that sort of deal, because I think I'm gonna have to be taking between 8 and 9 units per semester in order to get out of this sort of spot I'm in, with GPA and, prerequisites and all that, so I can at least be considered conditionally classified. I can apply for that, and then assuming I fulfill the conditions of that, and I can apply for change of status and become a fully matriculated master's student in biomedical engineering. And hoping by that time it's like, okay, I got enough experience that I'm in graduate school and I can get the heck out of manufacturing. And whether that means going to process development or product development or R&D or something other than dealing with the manufacturing environment and folks and that sort of deal. Um, Beyond that, really trying to steer clear of stewing in my emotions. Um, and part of that also means, avoiding conversations with certain people who do the same. Um, you know, Obviously, I love to keep up with my family, call them every week or so. But there are times when it's sort of like you end up just sort of talking about the same old stuff, and it's sort of the stuff where it's like you can't do anything about it. It just makes you angry or sad or anxious or so. And it's like my mentality, and this might be biological, might be because of my being, male or masculine or a man, or maybe just because the time I was born and raised and how I was raised, the mindset that I was sort of like taught to cultivate. But, um, I look at that and I'm like, okay, I don't just want to sit here and feel something, I want to like go and do something. And if it's something I can't do anything about, I don't want to hear about it, and if it's politics, religion, whatever, um, I like to be practical and pragmatic and, um, stick to or aim at the things that actually affect my life and they're not just, theater acts and drama and that sort of thing. And besides, like, again, being pragmatic, being practical about what I concern myself with, what I aim towards. I'm more of the mind of, okay, if I can disagree with folks on things, and as long as like they're respecting my rights, I respect their rights, and I don't care if they got some beliefs that I don't agree with. If they're just good neighbors, good people, um, we can disagree on so many things, and as long as we're able to just get on through our lives and build better futures for ourselves, I really don't care what they necessarily believe or how they live in their own private lives. That's why it's called a private life. It's you have that, and that's your right to do that which you will in that, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Um, so beyond that, just focusing on my little sphere of existence, my sphere of influence or effect, and my priorities. I did go ahead and download Habit Share onto my phone, which is something that Fitzgerald Brown has been suggesting. I do need to go running, and once I figure out how that app works and how I can work with it, I might be doing some stuff on that or connecting other folks in the Nofap community via that, and then we share our habits and basically like encourage each other to accomplish establishing those kinds of habits. So, anyways, coming up on 9 minutes, and I'm gonna upload this. I do have a bunch of other stuff I want to talk about, so I'll probably be making a few other videos, but I'm gonna finish up here, upload this, and then I'll record the next one. So see you folks around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the spiel, and I will see you folks around next time. Bye bye.